Video games. Video games are dangerous. But what? We still play them every day. It's not even just for like a minute either. When we play video games, we play them for hours on hours on hours. Like it's nothing. My name is Sergio, and I too had problems with video games. I was always addicted to them, and the grind was pretty real. I will wake up at 8 a.m. on a beautiful morning. The first thing I do is get up on bed and turn on the PC. Like what kind of bullcrap is that? And at the time I was grinding on a game called Mount & Blade Warband, and it was a very old game. It was pretty old that the graphics were so trash. Many would be like, man, what the frick am I looking at? But I fell in love with it. Like I remember like falling in love with the whole concept of like the storyline, the characters. Like every time you start, it's literally like a story campaign. All the characters are the same. You can pick sides, and every side has their own story, and it's just constant, never-ending battles and action. You can do your own research on it. I don't really feel like explaining it right now, but I would always have racked up like hundreds upon hundreds of freaking hours on that game. And what? I was just slaved away to the idea that I'm getting somewhere. But really, was I getting anywhere? Just sitting there looking like a zombie in my room, just tapping away. I really thought I was doing something, but what I got in return was just lost time. And what I could have done with that lost time, I could have been spending that time working on myself, bettering my mind. But no, instead I chose to just rot away in my room playing games. I notice this effect all the time. I mean, I can see it everywhere, from my brothers to my friends. It's everywhere, man. The people I play with. And shit, I can't blame them, because I used to be just like them. I used to be that type of person who, think to themselves, oh man, why am I doing this? Let me get off of it, for the good. And guess what? I do. I get off of it, and it's temporary. I get off of it, and then maybe I'll watch a YouTube video of someone gaming, or maybe my friends mention a new game. Maybe my friends, beg me. It's all this peer pressure and the media. It's very, very toxic. But it's just a continuous process that you can see everywhere. Maybe you can see it in yourself too. This could have been you, but there are times where people try to stop, or at least decrease the time they spend playing video games, and they just never find the answer. They go on YouTube searching how to be more productive, how to be more disciplined, this and that, and it may work for some. It could work for you, but it doesn't last. That's the problem. They find a temporary solution that doesn't last. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, because believe me, it's not easy. And I recently struggled with I've been there, and this is pretty recent actually. It actually took my dad to stop and talk to me, because I was off video games for a while, and I told him that. He knew that I was not playing any video games at all for a while, and it helped me. It changed me a bit. So he saw that I had a positive effect because I stopped for a minute. But then recently I was introduced to a new game that I got addicted to, and my dad literally had to stop and talk to me and ask what's been going on with me, because he noticed that I've been off. I've been not studying on my training that I'm doing. I've been a little bit more moody. It gives you a bad effect, and people really do notice it. when you were doing something good and out of nowhere it just becomes bad. So yeah, he had to come up to me and be like, son, what's going on? And I could have just stopped there and told him a lie, like, oh man, I'm just feeling bad, a little mental stop, don't worry, I'll get over it. But nah, I really decided to stay there and think of it for a second. I decided to stop and think for like a good minute. I was asking myself questions like, man, what's the problem? What's going on with me? Because if my dad has to come and talk to me about it, there's something obviously wrong. So I was thinking, and I realized I'm back on this little video game that I thought wasn't doing much to me, but it really was. Because I got addicted way too easily. And I was like, man, maybe I should stop this, because it's giving off a negative effect, It's taking away the focus that, that I should be doing. Because I was, on a good road. I was on a good path, and then this video game got introduced to me, and then it stopped me. So that's what I did. I had to change it. I had to figure out what's been going on, and then I had to make a solution. So here's what happened. I told him the truth. Dad, I've been playing this video game and it's really gotten addicting to me, and I realized it's bad. And he looked me straight in the eyes and he was like, okay, son, so what are you gonna do about it? And since then it clicked. Since he said those words, I just been more major focused on my goals. The goals came back to me, the focus came back to me, and it's crazy that just those words, what are you gonna do about it? Just like that, and it brought me right back to reality. If you watch my last videos, I kind of explained a little bit what's been going on, just a little bit. I'm kind of down there right now, but yeah, I literally told my friends that I'll be off video games, and yeah, I had online friends too, and I told them straight up that I'm gonna be off of this. And well, that's why I said had, because sometimes people are just temporary like that, and just gotta live with the fact that it is what it is. You can't do much about it. You also gotta realize that they themselves are trapped. Like once you get out of that that hole, you realize that virtual trap that they were in, and that they are in, and that you were in. You realize it, and you're like, damn. You start to have a more broader understanding. You start to understand your surroundings more. You start to understand yourself more. You start having more realizations about reality, and from there on, you just build up, or at least you should. That's probably like the best idea. And what I did was, once I got off that little virtual trap, and this is what a lot of people do, I go on YouTube, and I found some I looked up mental health, and once you get on that, it's kind of a for life thing. This is kind of what I'm doing right now, trying to be that person that's trying to help you by giving you my story and my expertise, I guess you can say, on how to help yourself too, because we're all in this together, and then at the end of the day, it's you. But when you're not doing it alone, it's much better. But yeah, let me ask you this: what are you going to do about it? So that's it for this video. Think about what I said and maybe even take some actions. So yeah, peace.